Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting. Oh, that's actually the name of the shop. I know the name of the shop was written on the window, but I didn't actually read it.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
I don't think I'm going to take responsibility for that. Now, have we spoken to her as well?
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Okay, before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. A curious pendant you're wearing. Narrow your eyes mysteriously. That's an interesting way to start off a conversation. I don't think that's me. Would you ask about the pendant?
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
She clutches the pendant and narrows her eyes as well. So are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
I think it works just fine. The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette?
She blinks.
I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
So that was a success, but we don't get anything from it. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
She was really, really cool. I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that. She's 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful. She was awesome, actually.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Maybe. I think it's time to drop the truth bombs. Where you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Annette is quite the trooper. She's a great value add. A person is not a value add. Here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. I guess she's a trooper, all right. She looks like she can take it, but it's actually wearing her down. You know, she's been biting her nails.
God. I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit.
Voice is firm.
She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
We got to save Annette here.
A part of hers, too, clearly.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. That is true. Obviously the will of the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter. Yeah, actually, it's super all right for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything. Yeah, I like the first one the best. Even I know that. I actually don't know anything.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change.
She's learned to suppress these feelings, I guess.
This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there.
What? All of a sudden she exhales sharply. Her shoulders slump down.
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
So you're like Annette to your husband and your mother.
Oh, well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband...
She shakes her head.
My husband is completely different, of course.
Wait, oh yeah, she doesn't go to school anymore, right? She's like taught... She learns at home? She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course.
Pleasant nods. But... It's not even freaking busy.
I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
Is this husband Annette's father?
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Gloomily. Wait, Grand Couronne, what's that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore.
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy.
Voice wavers a
Children
bit.
are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand.
The fuck? Why don't I look like a father?
I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
All right, I had something else in mind.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
What if I want to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
She fiddles with her pendant, then waves her bony fingers directly at you. I'm done talking to her. All right, I'll take a look.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Apparently no one likes talking to me. Farewell for now, book peddler. I gotta check by where those boards are. That's really what I'm curious about.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
She's like a witch or something, isn't she?
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against
Ah.
ill, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
So she's lying to us. She does think it's cursed. And who are the Simonese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south.
The Island of Phantoms.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
What's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
Something about this pendant, too. Maybe that's like her chewing on the nails, like that's her nervous twitch.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books.
Conceptualization.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Well, let's come back to this. Maybe we can, like, draw her away somehow.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Let's look through the pile.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
Role-playing game, I guess? Tabletop role-playing game?
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Shit, I only have 390. I gotta pick up more change. It's locked. Fuck. Alright. I can't buy anything. I don't know why I'm looking at this crap. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Gift books and molten candy. I mean, I'll look at them anyways, but...
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
Heimdall. Let's look through.
Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
This is one of those games, kind of like, oh man, what was the name of that game? The one where you're in a locomotive that travels through the space or whatever. There are going to be words here that I just am not familiar with, like solipsistic. Oh, good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
Starkeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
She looks at the book with some disdain. Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds good. What should I start with?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdallaman, the Man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Leave. No. Oh, there's just the 2 spots to check for books, I guess. That's probably for the best. Because I can't buy any of them. But collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. Oh, Sunless Sky was the game I was trying to think of. My mind just
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen, over and over.
Here we go. My mind is like that, especially as I start to get into my advanced years. I always forget what I'm thinking about, but it takes me like 5 minutes sometimes to get there. What's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
Dick Mullen's bullshit.
You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Nah, let's look through it though.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Yeah, like getting loaded and doing tons of drugs.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
True.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared.
Oh my God.
Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies?
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
All right, is there any more?
Yes. There's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Of course.
Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
A bald man turns toward a lean man and pats him on the back. Back Torsen? Is he here?
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
Chester replies.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
He pokes his finger at the lean man. Chester faked his own death once.
Gosh, why?
One civilian looks on, amazed. The bald man bellows a reply.
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close.
Chester mutters in
Alright,
return.
So I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
The inside of the motor carriage is thick with cigarette smoke. Outside, it starts to rain.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Reaction speed. Who is Dick Mullen? We're probably going to fail this, but whatever.
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
I guess if I want to, I could like skip this check and then do like the clothing thing or like level up and come back and do it. But I could also, like, if I'm going to level this stuff up anyways, it's going to re-unlock. I think I had this. Didn't I talk about this in the last video? It's like, it's worth trying, I think. Maybe you want to like adjust your clothing or whatever first, though. Quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Oh, she just made a sale.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Anything of note on this shelf?
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocent?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Well, now that is that's quite an assumption.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
Now, this sounds interesting. I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest.
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
So you recommend it?
Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one? Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
I'll come back. I'm really close to being able to get that, but we also have to pay off our debt, and I gotta get... Oh, maybe I'm not gonna need to buy that crap to do the thing. So, yeah. I'm very specific
Several
today.
maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove.
Oh!
They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner.
We might actually find something useful in here.
The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Let's look at the maps.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the
Isn't
southwest,
Caillou like a
Seminoles Islands,
child's
Ile de
children's
Fantôme.
books? Okay, we heard about Ile de Fantôme before.
Ozon, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white.
Laurentide, that was a brand of beer that me and my friends used to drink all the time at the cottage.
In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
The fuck? Inland Empire! Okay. Squint first. Can you see cities on the islands?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark.
This is great. I love the writing.
850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called.
My eyes are like wide open. I'm just like, what is happening?
Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there.
Connections to other worlds. Okay.
You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
That was cool.
Perhaps they are gods, gods of
Shit.
distance and outer dust.
That's too bad. That would have been a cool one to pass. Okay, Rivage. We got all that from the one map?
The
Rivachol.
north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the river Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction.
There's just so much like space for imagination in these paragraphs.
To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
Revachol. And west of the river?
Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad.
We heard about Jamrock,
People
right?
shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
It's like bad, almost as bad, but bigger, and then the worst. And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost
Yikes.
Coal City, to be honest. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
See, the voice got like a little bit more sympathetic here. Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48.
Sounds perfect.
Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Can I buy these maps, Storekeep?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay. No, I think she has a pretty good sense of her resources. Why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Stitch is trying to steal it at 70%. Let's just, I want to buy the map.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
We wanted that anyways. So I've been playing for like an hour, and that's the only thing we've done that's actually furthered anything. But that's the game, right? Like, it's not about it is about the investigation, but it's about being in this world and like talking to the people and like finding out who you are in this world.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Now we're talking. I don't need to ask the storekeep about that. Let's look through our
Amidst
shelves.
the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Sounds like us.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Ah, okay.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
Hello?
And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply.
Don't do that,
Nothing
kids.
worth buying.
Don't do that, kids.
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Oh, here we go. Find something truly otherworldly.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf.
Now, if I do like super amazing like success, do I get? You guys could actually answer this. Do I get like a different outcome, or is it just like pass, you get one outcome, fail, you get another outcome?
Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
So what's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
Okay, what's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies,
Yes.
alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire.
Territory, okay.
For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
This sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
And what does this pale aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
Should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour.
We gotta find this pale.
These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions.
See, I shouldn't have fucking put my clothing on. Okay, cleanse on perambulator. I just don't know what that word means either. I gotta expand my vocabulary.
This is exactly what you need.
Anything else of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
I certainly don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Shit. I need 420. Of course it's 420. Another boring book. Just discarded here. Okay. I wonder if is interact. Use the interact button in inventory to inspect the item.
The
Oh,
wall
that
map
interact button.
features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
It's like the big. It's not. To be, in my defense, that kind of didn't really feel like a button, more like a label. But it was a massive label. Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
Why isn't it showing me where I'm standing? So, does that... Yes. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. Shack's Church. Waterfront. That's the hotel there. And this is the bookshop? Yeah, so we're here. Oh, we've already been here. This is it. We got a lot of area to explore still. Oh, neat. It's still the mirror, which is impossible. Map wall challenging. Where's the tie challenge? Okay. Well, I don't see any way to, can I like club her over the head with the flashlight or something? Maybe I can get, you know what? Let's go talk to the kid again.